Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of Venture Maidens. Yay! Episode 4. We're so happy you're here. Sage, I think you're muted, but I think you were cheersing.
I was just mouthing words so that I didn't talk over you.
Okay, don't do that to me. This is a live stream podcast. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is the Venture Maidens. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. We are a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast. We are now in episode 4 of campaign 2 in our same homebrew world of the plains. We had a lot of spicy action last time, so I'm very excited to see what's going to happen this time. Oh, yep, look at that. People are switched in the overlay. Good. Oh, there we go.
I'm great. I'm doing great over here in my assigned character.
Yeah. I could never get Nassim wrong because she'll yell at me.
I'm so happy.
I'm very
that was
mean
taught.
in real life.
Okay. I'm happy pretending being Katie.
I don't know. I could never do that accent. You guys would be like, Katie, just stop. Just leave.
Sweet. Oh no, my hair on my horns. Yes, but everybody, welcome, episode 4. We made it, and we're at level 2, which is very exciting. You lived through level 1. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. But you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's dive into this episode because we got a lot to get through. Hey, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your dungeon master.
Hello, I'm Katie, and I'm going to be playing Luvira Sath, the Drow Rogue.
I'm Nassim, and I'm playing Fitonia Silvertail, your half-orc fighter. She doesn't talk like that.
And I'm Sage, and I'm playing your favorite feckin' bard, Aoife Flannery.
Oh, yes. I don't know if
bless.
you can, for those of you listening at home, I have tiny horns on because I've had so much horn envy from Sage's gorgeous, beautiful horns every week.
And they're the perfect representation of horn envy because they're teeny tiny.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're sassy tonight. We're spicy tonight, everybody. So let's fucking dive in. Yeah, I don't have any specific content warnings for you this week, so we'll see. It's a gamble. But speaking of content warnings, let's talk about what happened last time on Venture Maidens. Recap.
Big old fight.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we had tracked the Fae in question down to their lair. And we were speaking with them, and they were very charismatic to the point where in the middle of the fight, as we were all going at it, they were able to charm Tony to seeing their point of view because they're really just a super cool lady.
Yeah.
And eventually we were finally able to win the fight. At which point we found Winnie underneath all the vines and everything at the bottom. And we rescued her. But Rook told us that basically she was either going to turn into the thing that we just fought, or if we really, really wanted to do something crazy, she had a backup plan for us. So everyone was like, well, sorry, Winnie, except for Lou, who was like, I will do something crazy and put myself out there. In order to save her because I said that everything would be okay. So Rook had this little stick ring thing that they were able to break, which transported us to the Feywild, where we met these 3 naked pretty ladies.
Very naked. So naked.
So naked.
It's the predominant detail of that was weird. Not that their hair was made of stars, but that they were in fact naked.
That's what I'm focusing on.
We missed that detail because they were naked.
Because they were naked.
I had no idea their hair was made of stars.
Yeah.
Classic.
Dusty Rose naked skin, and I was gone.
Yep.
And basically they said that they would make a deal with us after making fun of Rook, which was very rude. And they said that for a kiss from Tony, because Tony is just a swole piece of ass, they would help us change Winnie back. And Tony said, okay, I'll do it, because I felt bad about getting all caught up in the charm from before, and got the most intense smooch I have ever had narrated to me in my life. And the lady turned orange, didn't she?
Yeah.
After the kiss.
Like she
Weird.
turned the colors of dawn.
Yeah. And they were like, okay, that should do it. She should be back to normal. And we were able to teleport back where Winnie was looking normal. And that's where we left off.
Hell yeah.
I am her sun and she is my star.
Wow, okay. We've already got a ship
This got
going. This is good. Hell yeah. So great recap. Yeah, we're going to dive right back into the action at that point in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to do some housekeeping. So last time we had a big fight, our first big fight. We survived. Good job. That means we are all level 2 now. So we all got to level up. So something I wanted to make sure we did for campaign 2 is every time we level up, just really quickly go through some of the cool shit that we got, so you know a little bit more about our characters and what's going on. So let's go around. What are just the cool features y'all get for being level 2? Who wants to start?
I can. I would first like to say that I have 17 whole hit points.
Whoa,
so suck on that.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Compared to last time.
Yes, it is. I'm proud of each and every one. And then also I get to get my cunning actions this level, which is pretty
Ooh,
exciting.
Hell yeah.
What do cunning
Dash,
actions
disengage, or
do?
hide.
As a bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's nice. That's
That's
nice.
nice. For second level for bards, I get Jack of all trades, so I get to add half of my proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check that I'm not already proficient in. So, Aoife's just generally good at a lot of things, which
good at shit.
definitely, I feel like really makes sense for her. Being an older sister and just having to be around and help the family business,
Yeah.
you just kind of learn to
Yeah.
just be a little bit good at a lot of things.
Yeah, put out fires, be a bouncer, that sort of thing.
Make a mean latte.
Yeah. Seriously.
and then so she also got her Song of Rest, so whenever we take a short rest and I am doing some sort of performance for you all, if you spend hit die, you get to gain an extra 1d6 hit points.
Cool.
That's nice.
Maybe in this campaign we'll take short rests. Who knows?
don't-
Well,
that.
maybe
Who
that's my wish.
Who knows? Nassim, what does Tony get for level 2?
Well, she gets a sweet action surge,
Yes.
which is, an extra action per short or long rest, and any possible bonus actions plus 12 more HP,
Ooh.
which is beautiful.
Ooh. What's your
Ooh.
total now?
That's like
What's your total HP?
22.
22. There you go. See, now I can hit you as hard as I want, guys. You're beefy
oh
now.
god.
I have 13.
That's cute.
Stand behind me,
Sweet
honey.
baby angel.
Oh, that's cute. Hell yeah. Well, we're level 2. Congratulations. Now let's dive in. So yeah, last time we ended on a pretty big note. You all had basically made your way to the bottom of the subterranean well lair of this strange plant insectoid hybrid that you had duked it out with at the bottom here. She had managed to charm Tony. Things were looking a little bit dire, shooting people through with roots and really ripping apart Charlie. But in the end, you managed to bring her down despite all of her fairy tricks. You had found Winnie, of course, in her half-transformed state. You had transported to the Fae Fae made your first deal and gotten Winnie back, returned to normal. So in that last flash, you had been shooed from that strange lantern-lit garden in that region of the Fae, and you land unceremoniously on this hard-packed ground with all of these shriveled vines that had been woven from this woman you had fought now in this place, and you had seen that Winnie was back to her normal form. And I think probably the next hour to 2 hours is a lot of things that happens very quickly because you had found, those 2 other people in those pods. So it's a matter of getting Winnie, climbing back up these tunnels, going to get those people, like spiraling up and up, dragging these unconscious people out to the very top of this well, trying to flag down anyone you can find. Luckily, everybody from the camp was out doing the search party, so it doesn't take very long for you all to get help and start trekking your way back towards the camp. So in the middle of this flurry, this rush of activity, is there anything specific that happens that you all want to highlight before we safely exit the Feywalk jungle?
Is Rook gonna stick with us all the way back to the camp, or is she
Yeah, I mean, she seems to be there helping you the whole way. She does what she can to scout ahead and then, help pull these unconscious people. Though I imagine Charlie and Tony are doing the majority of the lifting of these just like dead unconscious people. Lou, probably Winnie, is like leaning on you the entire time, just sort of in this daze. She doesn't seem to remember much of what happened, which you probably think is a blessing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, just at this point, if we're all going back as a group, just helping Winnie along and comforting her and just, we'll be home soon, just relax and just get back. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, the bell is being rung again and calls are ringing out through the jungle as all these search parties and all these people out here are calling like, we found them, getting them all back together and back towards the camp. And in a matter of hours, you all are there. Everybody is awake, of course, sharing stories of what happened, trying to figure out what happened, asking a lot of questions. The people who have been, saved, wrapped in blankets, whisked away to these separate little stations. And Imdra kind of makes a point to come over to all of you at one point and is like, great job, you found her. We'll talk tomorrow. As she's coordinating like squads of people going back to sleep and, figuring out now shift rotations and what's going on. So she quickly disappears in a flash, leaving basically just the 3 of you and Rook standing there. Winnie has already been whisked off somewhere.
Rook.
Can you guys check me out real fast? Just, my parts, my hair, make sure there's no fibers anywhere. I don't know what the hell happened with that kiss or with that creature. I can't remember much of what we just went through, so please, I don't know, just give me a quick inspection.
Sure. As I'm kind of like looking her over and trying to like see if anything's changed, just to Rook, I'm like, because I assume I don't see anything specifically.
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Just with a cursory glance, nothing seems different about Tony.
So yeah, as I'm going over her, just being like, Rook, what was that? Like, there wasn't clear words shared that said exactly what it was. It's not as simple as a kiss. You made it seem like it was a lot more. So what's gonna happen?
I don't really know. That's sort of the way Fae work. It's, that's why I warned you that you really had to be willing. So, hopefully it was just nothing. Sometimes they're like that, especially the sisters, but I don't know. Guess you should watch her Kind of indicates towards Tony. Just in case.
Well,
How many
did
times
you-
have you been in contact with these sisters? They
Too
seem to
many
know
times,
a lot about your
unfortunately.
condition.
Oh, yes. They're useful, obviously. They're extremely powerful. And if there's something you need done, they're the ones to go to. But like I said, like all Fae, it's hard to predict what they're going to want on any given day. So. But anyway, your friend is safe and all is well, so I should probably be headed off.
You're just gonna leave? Like, what made you even come here in the first place? Where are you gonna go?
Well, I was hunting a fae, a dangerous fae, and we found it, so I guess.
Well, are you just gonna go back into the wilds by yourself?
Oh, well, I sort of left a friend nearby. I have to go get them, but this was fun, I guess, in a weird way. It's been a while since I've worked with other people.
Well, I mean, you know where we are, so find us if you need us.
Next
Yeah,
time I'll cook for
Although
you.
I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, you all have jobs and stuff here, right? This is like something you. She kind of looks around at the tents and the, you know, the
Ew.
shitty construction. This is what you do, right? You're not interested in leaving.
Well, that was the most action I've gotten in quite some time being here, and I've been here for a minute.
In more ways than one.
Oh,
Rook coughs
funny.
into her hand.
I mean, in more ways than one. It's the most action I've gotten. So, again, if you need extra hands, I think I have a couple to spare. And I could always talk to my captain.
You see,
Not-
go for it.
I would just feel better knowing. I mean, I know you have your friend, but like imagining you dealing with that by yourself gives me a lot of anxiety. You're just one person. And I'm not saying you're not strong, but that's a lot for one person, no matter who you are.
And as you both say this, Brooke she's started to move, you know, shift her weight back and forth and is kind of looking down at the ground and sort of scuffing a boot, a too big boot against the dart on the ground. And she looks up and her face is like really tight, like she's trying not to show any emotion. And she says, "Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna check in and give me some time to think about it. And maybe I'll come back in a couple days. You think about it, and I'll think about it, and I'll just. I mean, you're gonna be here, right? In a couple days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't have anywhere else to be.
I mean, for me was always just a way station, because I was looking to head into the wilds. You know, I've heard of, you know, tales of the old country, and so, I mean, give me a few days, and I'd like to go with you.
Wow. Oh, okay. Great.
I mean, I know I'm pretty useless and all, but
I mean, you were, you know,
I could fix your equipment.
you were okay down there. You all were actually, you know, I guess technically proficient in that fight. So Anyway, well, I should probably go though before they start asking a lot of questions, and maybe it might be better if you didn't mention I was here, and then we'll come back and I'll be someone's kid sister, and it'll all be good, right?
For sure. You're always going to be welcome here.
All right. Well, I'll catch you on the flip side. She kind of walks backwards. Really awkwardly, sort of out of the camp. Like waves, so you're still looking at her. Keeps walking.
Lou is
Turns
just
to
like,
the other two.
mumbling under her breath, please don't trip over those boots. Please don't trip over those boots.
They are really big for her. So you hear, oh nope, I'm okay. Bye. As she disappears around some construction and off into the night.
Come on, the kid will be fine. Let's just make sure that Winnie here is gonna be your normal self again, okay?
Tony, I'm so sorry that you had to step in there. That was my decision that I made, and I really feel bad that you're the one who ended up having to pay whatever price that was.
I mean, stop. You don't need to be sorry. I mean, I was kind of useless earlier, so
No.
it was honestly the least I could do. And I'm not so sure I regret it. So we'll find out later.
Okay, well, my family doesn't forget favors, so if you need something, you can let me know.
Well, that's nice of you. But why don't we take care of these ones first?
Okay. I'm gonna probably make soup after this. This feels like everyone needs soup now, right?
Yeah, everyone has been out. Now it's cold because you were starting to get into the night. It was late afternoon when that alarm bell was called. So the sun has officially set. The chill of the plateau has rolled in. And it's very strange, the weather here, because you have this burgeoning, beautiful jungle on one side that's very humid and has a lot of smells coming out of it. And then the plateau, which is just this gray, flat, swampy expanse of land.
Blech.
So you're right in the middle of these two very uncomfortable climates. So, yeah.
Let's go check on Winnie.
Sure. Yeah, so I think probably Imdra yelled at Charlie to take Winnie back to her tent. So actually, Aoife, you and Winnie sleep in the same tent, right? I
Yeah,
think we established that. So back, there's some people hanging around your tent. You see Charlie pokes his head out of a flap there and waves you all down as you're approaching.
Yeah, we'll definitely run up.
I got her into the cot and she's asleep and she seems fine. So I don't know if you want to look. I'm really sleepy though, so can I sleep?
Lou just gives him a big hug and is like, go to bed.
Yeah, I got stabbed a few times. Whatever. And he cracks his back.
All in a day's work. Get
Yep.
some rest.
Waves a hand and heads off to his tent, looking way too cheerful for what just happened. It's like a blank slate. It's just been erased. It's just a nice night again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Head on inside and go and really Aoife just needs one more look at her to be like, are you sure you're fine?
There's nothing. Yeah, and you see Winnie is passed out. You can hear her gentle snoring of just the truly exhausted individual. She's curled up around the standard issue wool blanket you all got upon arrival and drooling a little bit. But other than that, she looks healthy. She looks normal. The right color she should be. There's just nothing weird growing out of her skin. It's like nothing ever happened. It's amazing.
That's a relief.
Aoife's gonna take out. Oh, go ahead. All right, Aoife's gonna take out a little green clover-shaped felt little plush and stick it under Winnie's face.
Okay. What are we on now? Clovers? We got red balloons next? What's going on? They haven't invented balloons in medieval fantasy. So what are you going to do?
I guess we'll find out. Tune in next time.
Not even hot air balloons.
Oh
No. They only have those. In
Somebody's
medieval
gotta make that.
fantasy?
This is
No.
Artificer Town. We can make it happen.
Okay.
Get a druid and an artificer together. Shit's gonna happen.
They do have the balloon backpack item from Princess of the Apocalypse. That's pretty cool. So you put an air elemental inside a big
Oh, that's so cool.
canvas thing. So I guess fine. Balloons exist. I hope you're fucking
Yeah.
happy. You can have all your lucky
I'm very
charms.
happy.
Let this be our win for today. Balloons exist.
Fine. All right.
Was Winnie conscious? Tony just wanted to ask if she remembered anything about when she walked in.
Yeah, I mean, she is currently snoring like a baby, like in deep sleep.
It's not that
but-
important. She can sleep.
Yeah. Anything else for the evening?
Yeah, I think that once we wrap up here, before Lou goes to bed, she just like starts getting to work on like a stew for everybody, just like coating the bottom with like bacon grease, putting some like meat in there, getting it all brown, putting in the vegetables and everything, and just letting it like go low and slow till morning, and telling one of her staff to just keep an eye on it for her.
Yeah, for sure. You do like finger
Oh,
guns
fuck,
too.
you cooked that stew overnight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta
dude,
break down,
10 hours,
baby. Whoa.
That makes them fall apart, melt in your mouth.
Stop.
I wish the podcast listeners couldn't see Nassim's face right now, but it's okay. It's okay.
I get aroused by food often. Okay.
Imagine if that woman had been holding a bowl of stew while she
Bacon
gets
wrapped hot dog. Whoa.
Excuse me. I have to go get another drink now. Thank you.
Okay, I said bacon
This
wrapped
is your
hot dog. That
fault.
was the
That was
trigger
it.
word. That was it. That was the code word. And she's gone. All right. Well, the two of you, do you head off to sleep for the evening? Or I guess, Lou, you don't sleep, right? Because
No.
you're a drow. So what is your... I guess, I mean, Aoife, you can just collapse right here. You don't have to go anywhere. Anything special you do, Aoife, before you head to sleep?
I think with Lou here, she would like Aoife, you could just see what she would just be kind of like pacing nearby kind of awkwardly as you're like telling your sous chef all what to do and everything, and as they're chopping vegetables, and she really looks like she wants to talk to someone.
Lou just kinda,
But she doesn't want to.
she just like looks behind her to see if like you're staring at someone behind her, and she's like, oh, do you need something, Eva?
I just today was a lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. What were those things? And what was that thing that we killed? Who doesn't say there's not another one? And I'm supposed to go out into the wilds by myself and find my feckin' family? I don't think I can do it. I think I should go home.
Lou, just like once again, just like eyes widen and kind of like is like, okay, this is your moment. Making friends. And she clears her throat and she picks up a potato and a peeler and hands it over to Aoife. And she's like, no matter what just happened, peeling a potato is going to be the same. Just keep working and we'll talk about it as you work. And she
Okay.
and
Do you
she
like potatoes?
good. We have so many and not much else. Um listen, I'm not gonna let you go out by yourself. I think that you're very capable. My brother might be dead if it wasn't for you. The way that you stitch people back together was incredible. That's something that I could never do. I think that you're just starting out and that it is intimidating, but I think everything considered, we all did really well together. And if we stick together, we'll all do our jobs and we'll get whatever comes our way taken care of.
Okay. Peeling. You see, like, yeah, just like little big droppy tears kind of just fall off her face a little bit. She sniffs and she's like, yeah, you all were pretty great. And Rook's really weird. What's her deal? I can't figure her out. Like, was she someone else and now she's living in a little girl's body? That's weird.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, sweetie. It's all really weird. I've seen a lot of shit in my life and nothing like this. This is really weird. But it's kind of incredible too, because if something that crazy and magical can happen, you have to believe that there's something on the opposite end of the spectrum that's just pure joy and beauty in comparison to that awful horror, but with that same degree of magical stuff. I mean, it's nothing I've ever encountered, and I'm kind of excited to see what the opposite end looks like.
Well, I don't know. Those ladies today were quite magical.
You see, Lou just turns beet red again, but like the corners of her lips turn into a smile, and she's like, yeah, maybe it's a lot more of that. And I could.
And that Tony's something, isn't she?
Oh
my God, Aoife, you're just crushing on
I couldn't say.
every burly person.
Oh God. And you just see like Lou has been like peeling a carrot as she's talking, because it's just like cooking just calms her down, and she has just started going in peeling this carrot at like lightning speed, too far down. Like she's gone way past the outer skin and she's just like down to the core, and she's like yes, we're very lucky to be around very nice looking people, and that's great. Hey, start chopping. Just like takes a knife and like stabs it into the butcher block in front of Aoife and turns around to go work with herbs.
Okay.
So I was asking, Tony, is there anything specifically you're doing before you head off to sleep? So you've been up now for almost 48 hours at this point because you were on your long patrol. Oof. Before this, your whole day overnight, and then that turned into a day and turned into a night, and here you are again.
No, I mean, Tony really just plays a little bit on her guitar to unwind, so she probably just does a little bit of that before she passes out.
Yeah.
She plays guitar?
Yeah.
Heartthrob.
That was the fucking first thing she did, like fucking OP coming in playing guitar out of the goddamn forest. I was like, okay. This big dick energy. Episode 1. Excellent. So you had to sleep.
It'd be boring out here. We need music.
Yeah, for sure. And Lou and Aoife, how long do you keep chopping at everything?
I mean, Lou's gonna go until it's finished, which takes a while because it's like basically a big cauldron for the whole camp.
Right.
I think after a while, like, she kind of looks at Aoife and she's like, all right, not all of us are elves, and you will be upset later if you don't try to sleep.
Yeah, you can definitely see that Aoife is nodding off a little bit. and she kind of like is like startles herself awake with like a potato and a peeler in her hand, and it's like,
Sharp.
oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed. She like wipes her eyes.
Hey, and Lou just kind of like walks up to her with her arms out for a hug.
And like she kind of turns like she was going away, but she sees you approach and she like does like a little like quick take, and like you see she extends her arms and like in this big woolly like mustard colored sweater with the sleeves that hang out long over her hands, and she just like squishes her little arms around you.
And I just kind of tighten a little bit and give her some pats in the back. She's like, okay, this was nice. Good night. Like pulls away.
Okay, bye.
Not Lou.
So you head off to sleep. And then Lou, what is your drow meditation thing you do look like? What does Lou do for
Do
that?
plank too.
Yeah. You also plank? Yeah, it was canon that moon elves just plank. So
Oh my
what did
God.
drow do?
Yeah.
Bury a
I
hole.
think she's used to being around other drow and has been in a relationship with somebody who's not a drow. So I think she just has a very normal, like, quote unquote, sleeping position.
Right.
Where she just kind of like side, like fetal position, curls up with her pillow, and it just looks like normal sleeping.
Yeah, for sure. So the night rolls on. This very long day you've all had turns into a very restful evening for most of you. But Lou, do you think of anything usually when you meditate, or is it like total zone out?
Yeah, I think that she just thinks of all the things that bring her peace. So for the most part, every now and then she's just like, oh God, I'm gonna meditate to pie and it's gonna be amazing. But most of the time she just thinks about like her family, and her past partner and everything, just the things that make her relaxed.
Yeah. And as you're drifting off and thinking about your family and your past, it's sort of strange. It's like memories and pictures and colors start to come to you, and you find yourself in one of these moments. It's not a moment that you're remembering. It's a moment that's new. It's very strange and startling as you realize this, because Lou has never dreamed. So when this starts happening, I think it's very bizarre. And you have the impetus to pull away like you would with meditation as you're guiding your thoughts, but you really can't. You seem frozen in this moment as you're on the deck of a ship. You can tell that you can't really see the ocean or anything around you, but you can feel the rocking back and forth of the water. And up in front of you, you see this mast that soars into the sky. But you don't really have a lot of time to take all this around, because you see there's a person there, a very familiar person, sort of leaning on this mast, spinning around very slow, this very attractive, dusty, rose-skinned woman that you had seen just before, one of these Fae sisters. And she has her arms wrapped around this mast, and you can see she's holding a rope in her hand that is tied in a loop, and she's just spinning around like you would with a maypole and looking at you just so seductively. And here you are on the bow of this ship that's rocking back and forth. What do you do?
If she's still naked, Lou immediately looks down on the ground.
Oh yeah, very naked, very obvious in her intentions. And the one hand that's not clutching this rope is winding, tracing with a finger around the mast. And she makes a "come hither" gesture with a finger.
I think Lou tentatively kind of walks towards her, just kind of like looking up at her through her eyelashes once she gets closer to her, and is like, hi. Do you are you hi, what do you need?
And this woman, and it's strange, it's the way dreams work, where nothing really makes sense, and it all feels a little strange, as she doesn't say anything to you. She just keeps smiling and spinning around, and she reaches out a hand, and it lands on your cheek, and it is so warm, like the radiance of a star. And you feel that moment of just supreme pleasure at just the heat and the touch of another being. And suddenly you feel very cold as you notice for the first time that water is starting to pour over the deck of this ship. It is streaming, like the ship itself is starting to sink as just ocean waves are flooding over the side here, and the boat is starting to rock very, very violently.
Yeah, I feel like she's just gonna kind of struggle against the water that's coming in around her, and look towards the woman and just kind of reach out her arm towards her to kind of grab on.
Yeah. And you reach out for her, and you can see that she now has wound herself so tightly around the mast that as she finally notices that the water is crashing over the sides and that the sink is sinking, she's trapped. You see now that her wrist is bound to this mast, and there is this supreme look of horror on her face as she realizes what is happening and that she is trapped on the sinking ship. But you don't have a lot of time to process that because there's a scream that comes from behind you, and you don't have any agency in this moment, in this dream, as your vision shifts towards the prow of this ship, where you see another very familiar figure, someone who's really important to you, this tall woman with wiry curls of blonde hair reaching up towards the sky in a gesture of supplication, a cleric gesture. But no magic is coming. No magic is coming. And there's a crack of thunder and the shattering of wood as the mast begins to fall, racing towards you. And you wake up.
Oh. Yeah, I Lou just like opens her eyes and just like wide-eyed stares around, trying to like look around back to where she saw her partner there at the mast or at the front of the ship, and takes a moment to start breathing regularly again and take in her surroundings and realize she wasn't there. And she touches her face and kind of wipes a tear from her eyes and gets up, and she just goes back to her kitchen and just starts making anything. She doesn't know what to do other than make food when she gets like this, because it's been a long time since she's seen her, and it's hitting hard.
Yeah. What's your passive investigation for me?
16.
Okay. So as you're standing up, collecting yourself, and you're just like, you just got to move, you just got to get out of there. You kick something on the ground. It's a little spherical object, like a clear glass marble without anything in it. Just it gets in your way.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Take a look at it.
Weird. Somebody must have left it here.
She'll just put it in her pocket then.
Yeah. And you go and you just, busy yourself. There's no way you're going to sleep. It's been a long time, I think, since you've had a dream like this. I mean, Jada died quite a while ago.
10 years ago. Yeah, it's been a long time. Something she tries not to think about a lot because there's just too many unopened or unanswered questions about it.
Well, it's probably a good thing that you end up waking up, because all of those people who were in such a panic and such a rush last night also start to wake up due to hunger. And people were out, and people like Tony who are out on these, 48-hour shifts at this point now are starting to congregate around the cooking tent, looking for snacks, looking for any kind of food. You see a few of your assistants. Charlie has been woken up. He's holding a basket of bread, looking around, panicking. So you can automatically dive into work and forget about all that unpleasantness that just happened. The fact that you experienced a dream, and then, which you still really don't know what that was. That whole experience was very bizarre. Mm-hmm. And then such an uncomfortable one.
Yeah. Yep. She'll just launch into it, then start giving people orders and grab her ladle, taste the stew, make sure it's right.
Yeah.
Like mouth of steel, way too hot, but she can still just take a spoonful of
you're like, well, this still needs about 5 hours, but nobody's gonna let you have 5 hours is what
if
it
you only
comes down
knew
to.
what you were ruining.
You monsters. So the rest of the evening carries on until too early for all of you. Activity starts, and the sun and the flurry of motion inevitably wakes up Tony and Aoife. Tony, you were supposed to go back out on a shift, but nobody bothered to wake you up. So you see that your squad mates are already gone. So yeah, so you're still here. Oh, are you muted?
You were muted.
How many times?
How many times? What the fuck, guys? But very quickly, another soldier will pop in and say, "Oh, Tony, the captain wanted to talk to you." So, what she said whenever you were up. So you should probably head on over there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, did you really fight a fae?
How the hell do you know?
Well, I mean, I was talking, and then Charlie said something about like this insect lady. I was just wondering if he was full of shit or not. Was he full of shit?
If anyone fought a fae, it was Charlie.
Whoa. Okay, really? Because he's like, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go see the captain now. If you're ready to get the hell out of my tent.
Yep. Yeah. No worries. All right. Bye. I hear there's some stew. I'm gonna do that. Bye. And just exits. Stage left.
Yeah. Tony will get ready and head over to see the captain.
Cool.
Not really fond of us sharing the fact that she got charmed by the fae.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, nobody specifically said that. That's just you fought a fae, so, Okay, I actually have to grab another drink, so if you want to entertain the people for a moment, see what you're going to say to the captain, whatever.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
I don't know what the captain wants.
I can't wait to see if Tony is the type that's gonna just admit to the captain exactly what happened, or just kind of glaze over.
I mean, I could tell you now, but
we'll wait.
There's still plenty of show left to go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess there is. Dude, that dream gonna fuck me up. I didn't need that.
That was sad.
That was sad. That's something I didn't think was gonna come up so early.
Our sweet Lou.
Deep into it.
I thought I was gonna have sweet sexy time, just like Tony, get some even distribution.
No. Celeste is our DM.
What? Okay. Anything exciting happen?
Nah.
Good. I made a second cocktail at the beginning of the stream and put it in the fridge so I could just grab
Wow.
it. Classy!
Nice.
Got the big brain on Brett.
Yeah, it's me. All right. So, Tony, you ready to see the captain?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you walk on over to Imdra's tent, and you see that there are already messengers coming and going back and forth. You see the different, patrol leaders and just clerks, everybody. The captain's tent is usually a hub of activity. So you push your way by. And as you step in to the tent, she looks up from her small camping desk and waves everybody else out of the room. And there are some hard looks, some disappointed people holding pieces of paper that need to be signed, but they are shooed out. And she indicates for you to sit down on the little foldy chair in front of her desk.
That's unusual for her to be told to sit down. Hesitantly, she sits.
So, Tony, I guess I just wanted to check in and say, what happened?
Well, we encountered some sort of fae, beast, monster. I'm not sure, plant life even. It seemed to have been taking a lot of life forms from the forest to sustain itself and had an intention to reproduce on through larger life forms, and Winnie was victim to that, among some other folks and creatures. We managed to find her, as I'm sure you've been told by now. And we did manage to subdue the creature, slay it, and through the help of another person, we managed to revert Winnie's condition back to her normal self.
What do you mean another person? Who's
with
this other
fae
person?
Intervention.
I'm sorry, who is this other person? One of our...
There was a child. There was a child with us.
A child?
I'm not convinced she was actually a child. She presented as a child. But I'm not convinced she was. She seemed far older, far more experienced, far more mature for her age, even though she was a bit of a brat.
I'm sorry, where did you find this child? I'm still kind of hung up on that.
She found us, Captain. She found us in the tent when we were examining Winnie. And she was the one who really helped us find this fae, helped us find their lair, helped us help Winnie. I'm not sure we would have been able to do anything without her.
All right, well, where is she now? I would certainly like to talk to this magnificent child.
She is back on her own path. She's not here anymore.
She taps the nib of her pen against this parchment that she has unrolled, where she was clearly trying to make some kind of report. And she clears her throat. Tony, you do understand this is all a little bit concerning. Yes, that we had some kind of fae attack one, and we don't really know what this creature was. But another strange third-party individual showed up out of nowhere and seemed to know where this thing was and how to kill it.
I mean, she didn't know where it was. She pretty much helped us survive it once we came across it. And she didn't seem very fond of the Fae. She was certainly not Fae herself. Perhaps touched by the Fae. But that seemed to drive her intention to help us. So she had many opportunities to eliminate us, stop us from succeeding in our mission. I was alone with her many occasions. She helped. She only helped. I'm sorry that I couldn't keep her here, but frankly, Captain, I fell short on this mission. So I didn't feel I had the standing to ask her to stay.
Tony, what you went through, I'm sure, was very challenging. I myself have never directly confronted a Fae. I've heard horrible things. And whatever happened to Winnie was very real, and suddenly it's gone. This is all extremely strange. I get that. But other people are not going to be so sympathetic. I'm just warning you now that since procedure demanded, we did have one of our own taken by a Fae, an unknown creature. I had to send word to Ashtar. And there is a Carillion coming. He'll be here tomorrow. And I'm sure he'll want to talk to you. So I would recommend getting your story straight. Do you understand me? With your friends as well, with everyone who was there.
Yes, Captain, but I have told you everything there is to be told. I don't know what the need is for this Corellin. Winnie is safe. The immediate threat has been neutralized. But, I mean, I do understand there is procedure.
We're at war, Tony. We can't take any chances. And this Corellin in particular has quite the reputation. So, just be wary. All right.
Roger.
Okay. Well, rest up. I've canceled all your shifts for today, obviously. Take the day. Talk to your friends. Just be ready for when Whistler comes tomorrow.
Whistler, that's who we're expecting.
Whistler, yeah. Apparently he's the Carillion with the most active Carillion in the field who's killed the highest number of Fae of any of them. So I also hear he's quite a scary person. So,
well, I mean, if they can get here that fast, can't we tell them that the Fae we eliminated them?
oh, he
They
knows.
They don't have to come.
He insisted on coming anyway. Something about Fae influence, concerns there. That's why I'm saying get your
Captain.
story straight, Tony.
Okay. I do have a question for you.
Yes.
This child we were with, they have gone on their own. They have other pursuits. But given that they are on their own, they did seem to request some assistance in the future. And I mean, I know I probably should have kept them around for questioning, but I could learn more should they come back and request more assistance down the road. if you wanted to learn more information about them, and it is part of my final year of service to assist local residents in the town that I am assigned to, could we consider that part of my duty if she were to return and require a team of support for her adventures, for her quests?
Well, I don't really know much about this person, but you have served your technical 2-year minimum, so you are free to do as you wish. I don't believe that pursuing this not child, would quite be looked on favorably with the Elgin military, but you are your own citizen. You are free to do as you wish, Tony. I know you are very talented, and I think a little bit bigger than what we're doing here. It wouldn't surprise me at all if you had better things to do.
Well, it's very kind of you to say, Captain. I will take that into consideration, but I just wanted to, of course, make sure it was known and I wasn't going under anyone's radar.
You have my blessing if you wish to go. Hopefully, Whistler, this will be a quick visit, and he won't cause any problems on his end.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Here's hoping. She waves a hand for you to exit, looking at the line of people outside her tent.
Not knowing if she needs to do her salute or stand to attention before leaving, she kind of fuddles for a second and then just decides to stand to attention.
Imdra,
yeah, anyway.
Yeah, Imdra kind of laughs
and then walks
just, away. Yeah, waves you out of the room. Yeah, so the rest of you, I imagine, Lou, you've been pretty busy feeding people all morning. Aoife, what have you gotten up to this morning?
So she would definitely, of course, grab some soup for her and would definitely bring a bowl to bring to Winnie in her tent so she can wake up and have something, because I'm sure she is also starving.
Yeah. So you all get some food and rendezvous probably in the mess hall eventually. This day pretty much is all up to you all. I mean, Rook said she'd maybe be back in a few days. This Whistler is apparently coming tomorrow morning. You've all been cleared from technical duties because you all, you saved a bunch of people yesterday, so they're not going to make you do anything today. So the day is yours.
Well, you're muted, Katie.
Oh, Katie, you're muted.
Not gonna make me do anything as I'm working my butt.
Yeah, right. It's like, no, don't worry about it. You don't have to do your shifts. And it's like, well, you're the only cook on staff, so yeah.
I need to train people. Holy shit. Yeah, I think that once, the major rush is over, she kind of lets other people take over with that in mind, that she needs to start training people and stop being so bossy. And just kind of takes her own bowl and sits down, kind of keeping an eye out to sheepishly hail over her new friends when they come in, I guess I saved you a seat. It's open if you want to hang out and talk about things.
Tony wants to find Lou, Aoife, Charlie.
Yeah.
And probably, Winnie probably doesn't remember much, but at least the four of them, three of them,
yeah.
And tell them a little bit about the conversation she just had with her captain. Where are they all at?
Yeah, I think you can all meet in the mess hall. And, Lou has now, you see Lou is looking around. And usually Lou doesn't really let anyone sit next to her, but she makes eye contact with you across the room. So
She's already got like places set for you all too, like with big extra servings of food.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and like people like occasionally will like try to like take a seat and like get on the cook's good side. And she's like, sorry, no, it's taken.
And
Sorry.
like, oh, okay. Oh, damn, okay.
Lou, you're a purple angel. Now come sit with us.
Then she just kind of takes her tray and like looks at the servings that she had set out, and she's like, somebody will eat it.
It's fine.
And like goes and moves over.
Yeah. And Charlie just slides down wherever you all are anyway. So, and Aoife, would you like to circle up as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Making sure to sit right next to Charlie.
Yeah. He slides in and he like bumps you on the shoulder and he's like, hey, good morning.
She's like, oh, yeah, it is morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Here's the felt heart.
You see, like from the other side of Charlie, like Lou just like lean over so her head kind of pops out behind, and she like looks at you and notices the flirt going on, and she like raises her eyebrows and she goes back.
Nice.
Yeah, Aoife like see her like whole body like tense for a moment.
That's a discussion for later.
She like leans over like kind of like behind Charlie's head and she mouths, I saved his life.
Tony like winks at you like, yeah, you did.
We'll talk about it later.
Anyway, Tony, what did you want to talk about?
So I spoke with my captain earlier today, and also I was woken up by someone in my regiment. Which of you have been talking about what the hell we went through?
Been cooking
Were we
all day.
not supposed to talk about it? Says Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
It was pretty awesome.
Was it? I hated it.
We
was terrifying.
we fell down a hole, and then these mushrooms were just like screaming, and there was like this big crab, and then we fought like a plant lady. It was rad.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no specific reason why we shouldn't, but like, damn, Charlie, when we come across Fae, the army always, or at least the goddamn high court, seems to feel the need to bring in a Corellan to do our jobs for us, as if we aren't capable enough to handle things ourselves, which
Wait,
we
this,
clearly did
the bell guys?
just yesterday. Yeah, those
Okay.
bell guys. But I spoke with my captain, and there is one coming tomorrow now. We're expecting a Corellan, and I wasn't trying really to hide anything. I don't want to hide anything from my captain. I'm so close to finishing my service, and I told her everything I thought was necessary, but she told me to get our stories straight. So I don't know if you seem to have different stories, or if I was misremembering things, because I know I wasn't really there throughout the battle, which again I do apologize for, but just we need to go over what happened, I think.
Well, I mean, we should probably leave out Rook. I don't think that.
Yeah. Do you think so? Do you really think we need to leave her out?
She doesn't really seem like the type who would want to get mixed up with all of this structure. Kind of likes to lay low. She was snooping around when she first got here.
She also said it'd probably be better if
Okay.
nobody knew about me. before leaving. A ring's in your head.
You're right.
Damn.
Probably should leave out Rook.
I'm rolling an insight check.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless I got, if you're trying to hide it, I got a 16 on my insight.
What do I need? Just roll?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're
roll
doing a
and then-
deception,
yeah, roll
yeah.
deception.
Are you trying to hide it?
Oh, well, I rolled a 19.
Oh, yeah. Stone
Plus-
cold,
Well, it
Tony.
doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's a 19.
Oh, seems legit.
No, you're right. You're right. No, we don't need to mention her.
Okay.
Well, then-
So, all right. So the kid wasn't there. It was still awesome.
Yeah, we can say. Oh God, Charlie. We can say everything else is the same. I don't know if we should tell them that you made a deal with the Fae either. She kind of says that with her voice lowered.
Oh yeah, they really don't like Faye here. That's like why we're here. To like fight them.
Every time Charlie talks, like Lou just winces. Like
Yeah, and Tony like severely squints at him.
Oh, bless your heart.
So
But like, I mean,
maybe we can say that
I-
when we got rid of the Fae, she went back to normal.
yeah. But I don't like admitting this. But if anyone knows what might come from a fate deal like that, it could be one of them.
It would be
these
a Corellan.
Corellans.
True. I mean, that part is up to you. I was gonna make the deal, but I apparently was not interesting enough. Not enough muscle. So ultimately, it's no skin off my back if you admit it, other than feeling bad for if anything happens with you.
Well, for now, let's say we don't.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we tracked the Fae into the forest. We found what we found. We killed the Fae. Winnie came back to normal, and we came back.
Yeah, I don't know what this deal means. I don't know if they can take it back if I were to mention it to someone who could potentially undo it and then waste all our effort and turn Winnie back into one of those things. So, yeah, it's probably best we don't mention it.
Okay. Well, hopefully, you guys can do the talking because I'm very bad at lying. I can come up with a story, but delivery, oof, that's not for me.
Yeah, Charlie will
My
kind of
trickiest is that I
your
talk
arm.
so much.
Oh, there you go. Oh, please finish this.
Yeah. My trickiest is that I just talk so much that eventually they just stop listening.
I think that'll work.
All right. Aoife, you can tell the story then.
Oh, great. It's like a thing I really like doing.
Oh, good. Thank God I'm a fucking bard. Excellent. So good. It sounds like we have a plan. All right. So do you all go about the rest of your day just doing normal activities? Because nobody's really asking anything of you. There's not much going on. It's actually kind of boring without a lot of jumps.
Yeah, I think kind of midday as things are slowing down a bit for after like the lunch rush.
Yeah.
I'm Lou's just gonna take out the marble and kind of look at it closer, spend more time, see if it's just is what it seems, or because like this is odd to have here. Like there's not like extra like games and things around in this camp. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a peek.
Yeah, there certainly aren't like kids playing marbles anywhere, so weird. Yeah, so you're looking at it, and as you hold it up in the light and kind of examine it, you realize that it's actually not a marble, which would be like an all glass thing. It's hollow at the very center, so it's a perfect sphere of glass with a with a empty portion inside it, which is weird. How did they do that?
Weird.
It's
Master
not like
glass
a master glass blower, right? Made this tiny marble that you found on the ground, right? It's very weird. It's very strange.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, nothing really occurs to you. Doesn't do anything. It's maybe the size of a quarter.
All right. Well, I'll put it back in my pocket and just keep doing my stuff, because even though she has the day off, she doesn't really have the day off. So.
Yeah, you're the one person who really, I mean, people still need to eat, so it's like when people are like, oh, well, hey, freelancer, you're stressed out, take the day off. And you're like, haha, fuck you. I don't have time off for health insurance. Bye. Whatever. I'm not mad. So yeah, you all go about your day. Anything particular you do, Aoife, with a day off?
So Aoife, like all during breakfast, while the adults were talking about what to do and making decisions, she was very like she was still listening, but she was also kind of like mindlessly doodling a picture of Brooke, and you can see like so she starts sketching like an outfit and like some leather armor that would fit her, and so then she's gonna scrounge around the camp for bits of leftover armor and some fabric so that she can, you know, kind of make something that's Brooke's size.
Take a point of inspiration. That's sweet as hell that you're doing that and thinking about that. That's fantastic. Yeah. All right, so that's what you're doing with your day. Tony, anything in particular you do with your day off? Oh, not plugged in yet, I don't think. Okay. Tony, anything in particular, anything notable you want to cover before we fast forward to the next morning? I think she still can't hear us. Okay. Nassim, you let me know.
No.
Oh,
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, just
My
checking in.
headphones have officially died.
Oh, no. Those are old school headphones. Nice. I was just saying, is there anything like really notable you wanted to do today before we jump forward in time to Whistler coming tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. If anything, she's just like taking advantage of the time off and like trying to practice more guitar, trying to like re-sketch, trace the drawing of her horse that her brother drew for her, being like, look, I can do it too, and it sucks. That's it.
Shocking. Horses are hard to draw, and you're like, damn,
They're so muscly.
God damn it.
That's my fucking life right now, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so you all spend the day, and it's a little hard to be relaxed considering everything that's happening, and people seem really tense about this Corellin coming. And for those of you who might be new to the world of Venture Maidens, again, Corellins are these very strange yet capable order of individuals who specifically fight the Fae. You can kind of think of them as witchers for the Fae, but they use different bells to control, to banish, to influence these creatures. So they're strange, they're mysterious. It's really hard to be a Corellin. There are only like 20 in the whole world. So they're a pretty big deal. They also basically have like a carte blanche, like, okay, 007 license from the Eldrin government to do whatever it takes to stop the Fae, which makes them extra scary because they're kind of these free agents who can do whatever they want to get shit done. So people are nervous.
us, it feels like a pissing match whenever they come to back
Yeah.
us up.
Yeah,
air
it's
quotes.
definitely because there's the government, like there's the military. We've trained our whole lives to fight whatever, and then they call in these Corellans and like, no, this is a Corellan problem, or like we'll just wait for the Corellan to get here, or you know what, the Corellan should really be handling this is what you've had to deal with your
Are
whole
you sure
career.
this is your jurisdiction?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's calling in the feds when you're the local. Like, come on, guys. Damn, you called the Navy SEALs? Like, we're the fucking army. Like, what? Fuck you. So yeah. So it's nervous, but the night passes and the day comes, and everyone is up early once again for the arrival of this Corellan. And you know, the walls around this keep aren't really finished, so you can see people approaching from any direction. And you're only a few days out from Ashtar. So as you all are looking out over these Great Plains, you see a very plain wooden wagon start trucking and bumping out of the mist of the plateau, coming towards you all. And it's very anticlimactic as you watch these wagon rolls just roll closer into camp. And as this wagon lands, you can see it's got like a shitty carriage passenger cabin on it. People start to disperse. They don't want to be like seen looking at the new arrival. And the door swings open, and you see a muddy boot steps down onto the ground here, and a human man, maybe his late 40s, early 50s, in a muddy, well-worn leather duster, climbs out, kind of takes a cap from the side, so like a cowboy hat, sticks it on his head, looks around. He's got like watery blue eyes, 5 o'clock shadow, sort of mushy features. Nothing particularly interesting about this man as he steps down, but you see, strung from his shoulder to his waist, the telltale satchel of bells. So you see the 7 bells of the Corellan, each with their own individual pockets and holders, strung from smallest to largest. As he puts his hands on his hips, looks around at all the people looking at him, kind of gives a nod. Can someone direct me to the captain?
Oh, yeah, I think she's right over here. If you'll just follow me. It's so great to meet you. My name's Aoife. What's your name?
He tips his hat. Whistler. You can call me Whistler. Thank you.
Oh, I thought they were calling you Whistler because you were like a whistleblower, because then you're like here to deal with trouble. But Whistler, that's a really unique name. I've never heard that before. And she like very slowly starts making her way towards Captain Indra's tent as she is just rattling on with the smallest of small talk.
Yeah, and for those of you watching who are not Aoife in the middle of this performance, his face just doesn't change. Not a bit. It remains placid, still, stony, and cold as he follows Aoife to this tent. And he'll follow you to the end and kind of look down at you, Aoife, and say, "Are you done?" In the middle of all of your stream of conversation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here it is. She motions very meekly.
He nods, steps into the tent, and you hear a muffled conversation coming from inside between Imdra and this man. It doesn't seem particularly pleasant, but after just a couple minutes, Imdra opens up the flap of this tent and says, "Tony, Lou, Aoife, If you could come in here, please. I've been kicked out of my tent. So, have at it. Good luck, she says, totally pissed.
Oh god. Lou is gonna grab like a plate of food and bring it with her to try to
Good
butter
thinking.
him up with good food. Because traveling sucks.
I love it.
So she just like brings like a tray with her. And,
Mhm.
hello. You asked for me? I thought you might be hungry.
Oh, sure. He waits for you to put the food on the camp desk because he has now moved to sit behind Imdra's desk in her chair.
Power move.
And indicates for you all to position yourselves around the room. There is one folding chair. He doesn't seem to care.
Eva stands awkwardly.
Pony stands,
Mm-hmm.
arms
Lou,
crossed.
Lou looks at the chair longingly, but still stands.
Damn, I'll stand too. Yeah. So you put down your tray of food, Lou, and he doesn't touch it. He doesn't reach for it. This whole time, his expression has remained the same. His intonation hasn't changed. You haven't seen any change to this man as he looks up at you. And it's like as he's looking at you with these pale eyes, he's so forgettable. If he wasn't just staring through you, it would be hard to even remember he was there, quite honestly. And he folds his hands and he leans back and doesn't say anything and continues to look at the three of you for a moment.
Can we help you in some way?
Talk when he's ready.
I'm glad you asked that. Lou, right?
Yep.
I do need a little bit of help here with this situation, with what happened the past couple days here. Some pretty strange stuff has been going down, right?
Yeah, we're just really, really glad to have Winnie back.
Winnie. Yeah, she's on my gonna talk to her next, but the captain tells me that I have you three to thank for killing this Fae. Is that right?
Yeah. It was pretty terrifying.
Buzz, it had like these big bug eyes and these pits, and we fought them and we wove through this underground like labyrinth of tunnels, and there were these like zombie fae bugs, and they were really gross, and it fed on like animals and sacks. It was like a weird fungal situation, but we found like the queen of the lair and we killed her, and then we got as many people as we could, round up. And Winnie was all better after the thing died. And we went back to camp and pretty much went right the feck to sleep. Because that was pretty horrifying, to be honest.
Make me a deception check since you're trying to conceal some details in there.
Gladly.
Please.
And this whole time, his expression has remained the same, letting Aoife talk and talk.
17.
Okay. He nods through your story and says, "Do you three know what a Corellan does? Do you know what my job is?"
Keep the Fae at bay?
Sure.
That's quite catchy.
And while he's saying this, he reaches up towards his shoulder and kind of unclasps something, and you see he's actually taking down this satchel that has his bells in it. And he's like rolling it out onto the table this whole time. As he's going about this very careful work, laying it out, looking at the bells, unbuttoning one, looking at another, holding them. And you see they each have these like leather clasps that are holding that bell in place. So even as he picks them up, there's extra precautions there to keep them from ringing as he's looking at them. And he says, I do fight the Fae. It is our job, but our job beyond that is to keep this country safe. You understand? The Fae are mischievous. They're liars. They're deceivers. And they have a special way of twisting people about. So even those people might think that they're not affected, but they are. So my job first is to keep this country safe. 2, to figure out who is lying to me about being influenced by the Fae. And then 3, to fight them and destroy them if I have to. And at this point, he has the smallest bell that he's taken out, which is about the size of a jingle bell. And he's twisting it in his hands and looking at you all. So?
No, I don't think any of us are being influenced.
That is an interesting point. My first question, how did you know where to find this Fae? There were so many people out there looking, and this Winnie was your friend, and yet you were the ones who happened to find in that whole jungle where this Fae was. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, Winnie's my friend, and when she first came in, we got a moment to speak to her about, what she did and where she was, and so we heard it from her about the part of the jungle she was walking in. So of course, naturally, we're much more likely to find it.
You roll me another deception check.
We walked for a long time. It was hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 21.
Thank God.
He nods and he says, fair enough. And so you found this place by happenstance, all on your own, through the power of friendship. And you climbed down, and you defeated this thing. And all of a sudden, your friend was better. Can you tell me what that looked like? Was there a sparkle? Was there anything that changed about her? What exactly did it look like?
Well, we climbed down. We all, oh my goodness, Fitonia got snatched by one of those plants and yanked underground, and so we were separated for a moment, and it was right terrifying. But we kept winding down these tunnels after tunnel, and there were screaming mushrooms, and oh my goodness, Lou set off quite a horrible trap, so they must have known we were coming. But eventually we wound up finding each other at this big, like, sort of hollow intersection at the middle of this like big swirly column, and we saw them from across the room, and there was the bug lady. And so after we fought her and killed her and Charlie nearly died, Winnie had walked in a bit later, and she was like this weird half bug person. It was like positively mortifying, and eventually just like all of these outlandish features and fibers just like slowly receded back into her skin, and she was like, it was like magic. It was like wiping the ink right off of a parchment and have it be perfectly clean. My eyes.
That's all good and well, Aoife. I think you're done talking for a moment. Lou, what did you see? Exactly. What did you see?
Yeah.
Yes, parchment and so, but what exactly did you see in that moment when your friend suddenly changed? This creature died, and she suddenly changed. What was that like?
I mean, obviously the girl was traumatized. It was just like Aoife said, it all just receded and she was back to her sweet self.
You all seem to know a lot about Corellin, especially you. Tony, right? In the back there. Do you know what this bell does? Still holding this tiny little jingle bell. And you see now he's starting to undo the clasps on the side of it to remove the stopper so the bell can sound freely. No? Is that a no?
I said yes.
Tell me then. Tell your friends, I think it's actually more important, especially for this one. And he points at Aoife. Why she's in so much danger right now I ring this bell.
It can destroy fey creatures.
Yes. This bell, this tiny thing, its name is Rana. It is the most powerful bell a Corellin possesses. It is said to be so powerful that any creature with fey blood, even, responds to it. We can't ring it around Eldrin. It's why Eldrin cannot be Corellins. I've never rung it in front of a satyr. I wonder what will happen if I do.
Excuse me, are you threatening someone who helped eliminate the fey threat in our immediate camp? I can bring my captain right back in here.
All I'm saying is that if any of you are lying to me, I have something in my possession which could destroy your friend. And while I do not want to use it, I think it's good for all of you to know that I can. You all have certainly been through an experience and been very close to a fae which apparently can pollute other creatures to transform them. It is very fortunate that your friend reverted to this state, but I am not entirely convinced that all of you walked away unscathed from this encounter. Call it professional caution, if you will. Gives you eyebrows, Tony.
Call it a complete lack of surprise that you would resort to a threat if you think that we're hiding something from you when my friend Aoife here has just told you the whole story. You want to come in here and pretend like you've uncovered some mysterious truth, but we were the ones out there. We were the ones who know what the truth is. And now you know what it is. So I think your job is done here.
Interesting. Well, I don't think I'm going to get anything more from you all as a group. You seem to be pretty close-knit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a recommendation to your captain, since I do have higher authority than this place. I'm going to ask all of you to come back with me to Ashtar tomorrow, just so we can be sure that everything is fine. I'm going to bring the girl as well. Clearly, she needs to be examined by professionals to make sure that this sudden reversal is actually true. So,
what is this examination going to entail? She's already been traumatized.
I don't think that's any of your matter, Chef? Is that what you do here?
It is what I do here. I keep everybody fed, everybody happy.
Wonderful. He pushes back that plate of food you pushed towards him on the desk and says, I'm not going to take my chances if you don't mind. But this has been such a pleasure. Ladies, if you'll please, I do have to talk to your friend now.
Lou picks up the plate and she's like, you don't deserve this anyway. And stomps out of the tent.
Tony leaves a silent but deadly fart as she leaves the tent.
Fucking yes, level 2 revenge.
Powerful.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Fuck this motherfucker.
We're all just like silently plotting small ways to make his life worse.
Murder this cat. Yeah. So yeah, you let that out. And you all walk out. Your invisible explosion happening behind you. I'll close the tent flap so it'll just really stay in there.
Like to see you dispel that, buddy.
Yeah, and Imdra is standing about like 5 feet away from the door and looking at you all, and she looks mad, and she kind of, how did it go?
That guy's a fucking jerk.
Yeah, like I said, he has kind of a reputation. But apparently he gets the job done. I mean, his track record, you can't argue with it. But everything was fine. He didn't seem suspicious.
He threatened Aoife.
Why? What did you do?
We
I
told
just
Nothing. That's what these people do. They come in, take all the credit for our hard work, ring a little fucking bell, and pretend like they're goddamn heroes.
Fuck. Okay, well, I'll do what I can. But you do all realize, I mean, if he says something, I have to do it. That's the order of these fucking Corellans. You know how it is. They come in and they just have a free reign to do whatever they want. So if things are turning bad, Tony, I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but if things are turning bad, it might be good for you to move on. Maybe follow up with that friend.
Okay. Understood.
If you all do
But
have
we helped
to...
Winnie. We did nothing wrong. We helped her.
I believe you. I believe you. But my opinion matters very little in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I was put in this bumfuck middle of nowhere assignment, Tony. Like, we're not going to pretend here that I'm, So, I can put other people on training, Lou, get people in the kitchen. We have a few people we can train up, and Aoife, I honestly don't know what we're going to do without you, but somebody can learn how to sew. We'll figure it out.
Well, it's not too hard.
It's hard. You do incredible work.
Maybe it won't come to that. Who knows? Everything could work out just fine.
Bold statement. With that jerkwad around.
Yeah. Seriously. Anyway. Gotta move on.
All right. Well, ladies, I think we have a lot to discuss.
No fucking shite.
Yeah.
Your mouth is very appropriate right now, Aoife.
Yeah. And if you want, you can absolutely peel off somewhere private to some strange corner, and you do see, Winnie gets wheeled in towards this tent to talk to this very pleasant man. But you all can absolutely sequester yourselves if you want to talk. Or Rook was saying she'd maybe be back today. It's been a couple days. I don't know. Do you want to talk before that, or just kind of wait to see if she shows up, or?
Well, what was Indra saying, Tony, about you're gonna go off? You're gonna go with Rook? Is that what she's talking about?
I kind of gave my captain the heads up that Rook. No, never mind.
No, what is it?
I thought you
I
didn't
gave my
mention
captain
Rook.
the heads up that I might need to leave to assist a local resident. So she's aware that I might be leaving.
With Rook, who was not mentioned
No.
before.
No.
She gives you side eye.
Nope. I rolled a deception check.
I lied about it earlier. No, excuse me. I omitted the truth.
I think a foundation of lying is a really good way to start a friendship. So,
Yeah.
hmm.
Absolutely.
God, okay. Well, I have to talk to Charlie. Is that what you guys want to do? Leave?
If it comes to that, I mean, yeah, we have to do what we have to do. But
Feel like
I don't know what the hell we did wrong here, honestly.
we didn't do anything wrong. That prick's just on a power trip.
Exactly. They always are. So
Well, here's the thing. At the point where we feel that things have gone south, it's probably going to be too late for us to leave. So I think we need to make the decision now.
But I mean, what? We can never come back? I mean, like, if we leave, then this guy's gonna be like, oh, look at me. They disobeyed my order, so they probably must be like idiots and running from the crime. And now our pictures are gonna be plastered all over the whole fucking empire. And then I'm never gonna make a dress for the Sarina. And then
Oh no.
Oh,
you will still make a dress for the Sarina. It will happen. We don't need to leave like we're refugees or anything, okay? Just let's give it a little bit of time, okay?
okay.
Things seem like they're going south. I will talk to my captain because I did not put 5 years of my fucking life into this goddamn army so that I have to run away and hide for the rest of my life. I did this for a real future. I'm at least getting that. So if anything, I'm telling my captain that I took you two with me on a local mission to help a resident. And they'll be stuck here trying to find us.
Okay. Well, I have like 32 lists to make at least, and maybe some backup lists because I'm leaving my kitchen in hands that I don't trust, and that's gonna fuck with my meditation.
Basically, just some construction workers are gonna have to
God.
learn now how to construct food. Is gonna be the
Yeah.
obvious.
Micah
jump.
showed promise with the meat, and Trinity was
Micah and
really
Trinity. This
good.
is a very like sexy
And-
group.
I picked my people well.
Yeah.
Good with vegetables. We'll figure. I'll put something together. And she just kind of like is mumbling to herself as she walks towards the kitchen tent. And she's just like gets to the like curtains, basically not curtains, like flaps. And is like looks back and she's like, "Let me know if anything changes," and then closes them dramatically behind her.
Yeah, for sure. So Lou, you are going to the kitchen and taking care of business. Aoife, where are you going in this exact moment?
Oh man, I think
Yeah,
she
what do you
would
even
immediately
do?
head back to her. She's just like, I don't know, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm in over my head. So she's gonna go back to her tent and she's going to start trying to pack up all of her things in the most totally not suspecting my possible. And then she's going to totally not suspicious. Try and get through as much as her like planned work, like for like the rest of the week as she can as possible, so she doesn't feel like she's really leaving them high and dry, and definitely making sure to just look at these scraps. We're just gonna throw this in the bag over here. These could be useful.
Yeah.
You might need some materials.
And Tony, where are you headed in this moment?
She is also staging her tent to look as if she's just went out on an early scouting shift. Bed is very neatly made. Her normal knickknacks are kind of still around. Her pen is out. Her notebook is out. Her old letters from her brother are still there. And as well as her rucksack. But she has stuffed it with like twigs and leaves and shrubbery and stuff like that to look as if it's full. But she has all of her things with her tied up in an old bed sheet, and she is just like perched on a very high tree close to her tent, should anyone come, and so that she can hear what the situation is for the next morning. But she's pretty much spending the night in a tree.
Yeah.
With her belongings.
Just ready to go. And
ready to go.
And you are. And it's probably dusk-ish, I think, when Tony it's been a long, boring stretch stuck up in this tree. Your ass is starting to hurt. It's cold. It's stupid. And you hear a whistling bird call come from the tree line.
She jolts up, looks for where it's coming from.
Yeah. And you see weaving through the grass, like a little hand kind of waves towards you. And you see Rook's face pop up. It's kind of hard from this distance to tell. She looks a little different, though, but whatever. And she says, Tony, is that you? From the grass.
Tony immediately leaps down from the tree. Superhero lands on one of her knees, kneel position. And then scurries over to Rook and then hides her behind a stump and is like, okay, I don't know that you should be seen right now.
Yeah, and as you look at her, now that you're really close, she does look different. She's taller. Some of the baby fat in her face is gone. Her features smoothed out. She looks older. Maybe 13 or so, as opposed to the 10 you saw before.
You've grown up?
What? No. Whatever. Okay, wait. Why shouldn't I be seen? I mean, I probably shouldn't be seen, but is there a specific reason?
Okay, there's a Corellin here.
Fuck those guys.
And I don't know if that... yeah, I know. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
they're dicks.
Fucking
bells? What is that about? I know.
It's the stupidest goddamn thing.
What is
use a
stupid?
sword, at least.
Okay,
A knife, something.
No, they don't. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. On topic. Right. What?
I don't know what they can do to you. If they hurt you, if they harm you, or whatever. I don't know why I'm doing this for you anyway, but they seemed really weird about the fact, or at least my captain seemed really weird about everything I told her. And I'm sorry. I kind of might have told her about you. A little bit. Just a little bit.
I mean,
but she didn't seem that concerned. She didn't tell you, and at least I don't think she told you, told the Corellin about you. I didn't tell the Corellin about you, but she's my captain. I'm almost out of this service, and I could not lie to my captain. But fuck these Corellins, man. They don't deserve to know a goddamn thing about what we went through together.
Yeah, Corellans
So-
are seriously small time compared to what I'm used to dealing with. It's fine, but they are annoying. And I guess that's sort of why I wanted to come back. And so I brought something. So, I mean, if you all were serious, if you were serious, you can totally tell me you're not serious about it or whatever. But if you want to go, I could really use some help considering my recent life changes. And so you can tell she's rehearsed this as she's saying it to you. And so if you would be interested in helping me hunt Fae, I would like that assistance.
Oh. Yeah. Are you kidding me? We're hunting Fae? Fuck yes. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's what I do for a living. I'm a Fae hunter, a rogue Fae hunter. Not all Fae, obviously. Not all Fae are bad, but some are really bad, like we saw. So if you want to come with me and your friends, I figured you weren't like terrible in that fight. So if you want to go, I sort of have a ride. That's what I was getting. So do you want to, is I don't know, like, is that,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not,
no,
okay,
that
all right,
sounds-
okay. She's doing like that teenage,
Listen,
like, I'm gonna, thing, okay.
Stop, Rook, stop.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. I already, like I said, I told my captain about going off to help someone. She seemed to support it. I don't know how the others feel, quite honestly. They seem a little bit scared. I mean, that motherfucker threatened Aoife after everything she did during that time. And I think you need to ask them personally too, how they feel about this. But if this is a way that I can serve my last year, I'm up for it. I'm sick of being here. My captain seems to be all for it. I think she would sign off it in a second. But given that this is your mission, I don't know. I mean, you said you didn't want people knowing about you, but do you think it would hurt to mention this just to get it out of the way? I don't know what to do. I tried my best to protect you. I'm gonna leave it up to you. It's your life.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of stuff you have to deal with. I mean, I'm just here but to like offer you, I guess, a job. But like, and she kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and looks deeply into your eyes, and she's like, but I want you to see something really cool first.
Yes.
And she nods, and she's like, she takes something, rifles around, takes something out of her pocket, and it's like a tiny jar, and she's like, put this on your eyes, don't smell it. Trust.
Puts it on her eyes very slowly.
Oh boy, smells terrible. It's very creamy, white, little specks of black, kind of chunky.
Didn't need to know that.
Yep, you feel it smearing on your eyeballs. And Rook starts to army crawl over this, like, ridge leading towards the Feywalk jungle and waves a hand back. And you're looking at her now. She is absolutely taller. Her armor fits a little bit better. It's really weird. But she waits at the top of the hill and gives you a, come on.
Army crawls to catch up.
Yeah. And you do. And as you're looking around at the world now, Tony, you've rubbed this very foul-smelling substance on your eyes. You see that the ground, little plants, little droplets of dew, they sparkle. It's like that. It's hard to say, but everything's a little bit shinier. The auras of everything kind of stand out. It's very odd as you're looking at the world here. Whatever this substances, things have changed. And as you crest over this ridge, Rook leans over excitedly and whispers, "That's our ride." And you look up at this thing. You see first like a kind of an orangey, scaly talon, like of a foot, a bird's foot. And your gaze travels upwards as you see a long, spindly leg standing next to another one that is supporting this large house on top of these chicken legs with like bright, like peacock colored feathers extending out of it. As you are looking at this house suspended on chicken legs that is looking down at you, you can see these two eyes alight with candle flame from the inside staring down at you as this house on legs looks down, and she's like, "Pretty cool perks of being a fae hunter. Huh?
Baby Yaga hut.
Hell yeah, bitches!" And that's where we're going to end this episode for tonight. Thank you all for sticking around late, but I really wanted to get to the end of this session 4. Oh, look, I said I was going to give you a house.
Forever.
Yeah, I said I was going to give you a house.
Oh, a dream house.
Best house. Thank you.
Baba Yaga dream house. I'm fucking here for it.
Celeste, this is such a nice gift.
My gift to you. My gift to you. Yes.
Okay, I guess it won't take much convincing to get y'all on board.
Fuck. All right. I'll live in a chicken hut.
Look at this
Thanks.
house.
Look at this house. Isn't it great?
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us and for sticking around a little bit longer than usual. You all are great. Thank you, Raiders, for coming in at the last minute. Baba Yaga Hut, what is not to love about Venture Maidens, this D&D 5th edition stream in a homebrew setting? Super great shit. Thank you all so much for being here. Damn, guys. Good session. I feel like I know you all so much more, too. There's a lot of talking, and I really just love that.
Ooh, our first RP heavy episode.
I know we did it. Episode 4. Very good. Very, very good stuff. Yes, Jamming Giraffe. We're jumping on the tiny home craze. We're doing it. we're rocking it in the fantasy world. Well, before we sign off, we do have some very special thank yous to say to our Patreon donors. So again, this is Venture Maidens. If you're new to the channel, we are a D&D actual play 5th edition podcast. We stream every Wednesday here on this very channel, alternating Wednesdays between a Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign playthrough and our normal Venture Maidens campaign. So we will be back in 2 weeks for episode 5 of this glorious campaign, and we'll all get inside a chicken hut maybe, or we won't. I don't know. We'll see.
We're getting that fucking chicken hut.
Good
Spoiler.
chicken hut. Spoiler alert. We want the chicken hut. So we are going to take some time here to say thank you so much to our Patreon donors. These are the people who donate monthly to help keep this show going, have allowed us to do so many cool things like that bitchin' intro that you saw on this episode. We couldn't have done that without Patreon support. We wouldn't be here after 5 years making content without these Patreon donors. So let's go through and say thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cody Becker at Cody Rolls 4 on Twitter.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Curry.
What's up, Muffin Man, the one on Drury Lane?
And thank you so much, Nisa McKinnon.
Thank you, Richie113 on our Discord server.
And from our Ferris drinking mate tier,
Yes.
thank you, Ruby.
Thank you. You are wonderful. If you too like what we are doing here, please do consider heading over to patreon.com/venturemaidens and donating even just $1 a month really, really helps make a difference in the quality content of our show. So yeah, you all fucking rock. Damn, I guess, yeah. I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Kotowicz.
I am Katie, and I played Luvera Sath, the Drow Rogue.
I'm Nassim. I played your half-orc fighter, Vitonia Silvertail.
And I'm Sage, and I have been your foul-mouthed bard, Aoife Flannery.
Thick!
Yes. Heck in hell.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you for sticking around. You rock. You rock our world. And until next time. Venture away! Venture away, everybody. That was great. Okay, bye-bye.